Hey there, we are back with another Banjo-Kazooie ranking all 100 Jiggies ranking video. This is set number 5. We've ranked 40 Jiggies so far. We are doing 60 through 51. Golly gee willikers.
Gosh golly gee willikers, zimmity jippity doo.
After this set, we'll be halfway done. You already know the ranking system. Game design, frustrating versus fun, and the whimsy axis. Let's not waste any more time, let's go! Whoa. Will Smith, I summon thee.
Gotta get jiggy with it.
Jiggy number 60. It's the walkway timer Jiggy in Bubblegloop Swamp. Disclaimer, there is another walkway timer Jiggy in Bubblegloop Swamp. It was earlier. It's not that one, it's this one. That one sucks, this one's not really that bad. Another disclaimer. I think we finally hit the point here, let me know if you disagree or agree, where the Jiggies don't really suck anymore. We're in the, these are mildly mediocre, or these are alright, or man, they're kind of good. In the region/area of the Jiggy quality and the Jiggy ranking spectrum. Alright, and then you go into Bubblegloop Swamp, probably with an aura of mild disappointment and hesitance because, who likes poison swamps?
Hi!
Not you, Miyazaki. We're not talking about you. Go make Elden Ring 2. Or go make some Sekiro DLC. Where's my Sekiro DLC? So yeah, you come into Bubblegloop Swamp and you're like, oh, there's a bunch of poison on the ground. I don't want no part of that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But then, hey, there's a switch, and you go on the switch, and you gotta race up along these walkways and get the Jiggy before the timer goes out, and if you don't, then it resets and you gotta do it again. But this one isn't really that hard, and I would also say it's good game design because it's really putting your Talon Trot skills to the limit at this early in the game.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
I beat this timer with like almost half the time left. It's like 45 seconds. So yeah, this is good. This isn't one of those Jiggies where they put the timer way too short and you just want to smash your head against the freaking second joystick of the N64 controller. I don't want that. That's how Pegasus lost his eye in Yu-Gi-Oh! I have gotten completely off track. Moving on.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
The next Jiggy is the grunty switch in Mumbo's Mountain. I really like this Jiggy. Once you hit the grunty switch, the Jiggy pops up on the top of the outside of the entrance of Mumbo's Mountain, and the only way to get it, barring an exploit that you shouldn't know about, you're welcome, now you know. Now you don't gotta stay as the stupid termite on your way out on the 50th playthrough of Banjo-Kazooie because they haven't made Banjo 3E. And no, nuts and bolts does not count. This Jiggy is really just off the charts as far as game design goes. It requires the player to do some critical thinking, and it's in the first level. In level 1, you get the Talon Trot, which lets you go up slopes, but then you also turn into the termite, and you learn in the termite hill that as the termite, you can actually go up steeper slopes as the termite compared to the Talon Trot. So there's like a triple whammy here. You hit the switch and you're like, whoa, Jiggies from outside the levels can pop up in Grunty's lair? Inter-level connectivity? Persistence? Metroidvania elements? Sign me up! And then you go outside and like, yeah, I'll just Talon Trot up there and get it, but you can't get it. And you think, oh, the termite. And then you can get it. Thumbs up, this is great. A great way of getting the player to think how they can use their abilities in level 1. As much as kind of boring vanilla Mumbo's Mountain is, it's way better than that stupid starter level in Mario 64. Bob-omb's Buttfield. The next Jiggy is the first Jiggy that you get. It's a very special Jiggy, the Alpha Jiggy.
I am now the Alpha.
It's Mr. Jiggy. What's going on with this Jiggy? I don't know. Why can this Jiggy talk? I don't know. Can the other Jiggies talk? I don't know. Where are the other sentient Jiggies? I don't know. Why is the sentient Jiggy in Banjo-Kazooie different than the sentient Jiggies in Banjo-Tooie? I don't know. It kind of seems like a big deal to me that there's no narrative continuity with the sentient Jiggies. How are we supposed to get immersed in this world without cohesive world building? It's neutral and frustrating versus fun. It's positive a little bit, I guess, on game design because it tells you about the jigsaws. And then on the whimsy axis, it's off the charts. So does the Jiggy like lose sentience when it gets inserted into the picture and it's just like merged into the picture frame hive mind of the image? Or is it like conscious and it's stuck inside like a Cronenberg abomination monster of Jiggies all fused together from Mumbo's mountain? Where's my Mr. Jiggy plushie? Where's my Mr. Jiggy Funko Pop?
Where are we?
The next Jiggy is the Jiggy that's the grunty switch in the maze in Gobi's Valley. I've already mentioned the profound anxiety that the grunty switch gave me as a child and an adult.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
I don't have much else to say about this Jiggy. You just hit the grunty switch in the maze, then you go outside and you jump on the shock pad. One notable point of good game design is the shock pad is actually used for a previous Jiggy, the one where you go down into Grunty's hat, and then the player has to do a bit of critical thinking because they can't reach this Jiggy, but then they're like, ooh, shock pad, and then you can reach the Jiggy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
The next Jiggy is in Mad Monster Mansion. It's the Jiggy inside the casks of alcohol in the basement of the mansion. This Jiggy isn't particularly difficult. It's fun to use the beak barge and kind of jackpot and like, oh, there's a Jiggy in here. I didn't know that. You hear the Jinjo, but getting the Jiggy is a nice little bonus surprise here.
Your bonus.
My bonus.
Whimsy's pretty neutral. And then it's not really frustrating and it's not really fun. It's just a big surprise. Okay, so I guess that actually means the fun is kind of high because you just get a surprise dopamine hit.
That's a bingo.
If you're like me, you're probably curious why 1881 is written on the outside of these casks. Well, I have a theory.
Eureka!
Here it is. Okay, so Grunty looks like the Wicked Witch of the West in Wizard of Oz, right?
Now you have my attention.
Well, where is Dorothy from in Wizard of Oz? Kansas.
Where's Kansas?
That's where I live.
Now, in 1881, Kansas was the first US state to prohibit all alcohol beverages. There you go. Grunty's a bootlegger. And apparently Mad Monster Mansion is in Kansas.
Wow.
Next up, Freezeezy Peak. It's the second racing Jiggy with Boggy, or instead of the walrus, you got the little shoes with Banjo and Kazooie. This one's way harder than being the fat baby walrus. Here's the secret. You gotta jump. If you don't jump, you ain't getting this Jiggy. Boggy is faster than your run speed, but your jump speed is faster than Boggy's speed. So you basically want to be jumping as much as possible, get past this fat, stupid bear. I'm saving it for later, but don't worry, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how much Boggy is a fat, pathetic, sad excuse
I'm pathetic. I'm fat and pathetic.
of husband and father man-bear. Moving on. Next Jiggy is the Golden Tooth Jiggy in Clanker's Cavern. Alright, if you made it this far, you know I like the egg Jiggies.
I love eggs, Charlie.
We all know that Banjo-Kazooie is how Rare prototyped their first-person shooting game mechanics and controls for GoldenEye. And here you see it in its glory right here. You shoot that tooth, you shoot the other tooth. Which tooth is the Jiggy in? I don't know. Look, I picked the wrong one first, so I gotta go back and go on the other side and get the other one. Woohoo, next Jiggy! The next Jiggy's in Mumbo's mountain. It's this little Jiggy on the slopes over here to the right of the entrance. This Jiggy sucks.
This sucks.
Why is it here? I'll tell you why. Because you get this and you can f***ing leave. This Jiggy signifies the level being over. You can go down the slope with the talent shot and grab it. Mumbo's mountain's a big circle. It's a closed loop. And this is the end of the circle. See y'all right by the exit. Man, this level's so boring. Oh no, this Jiggy's in Mumbo's mountain too. It's the cranky Conga throwing the oranges at you. Okay, so Conga's got gold hidden in these switches that are activated by him throwing oranges on it. Why? Wow, Conga, you're a really bad treasure guarder. You should just give up and go join the circus. Oh, that's right. I line them up and knock them down.
Alley Cat Strike, a Disney Channel original.
There is one thing I really like about this in a game design aspect. It is cool how you have to use the enemy's weapon against them in order to get the Jiggy. I wish they would have used this more in the game. For some reason, it reminds me a lot of the boss of the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time, where you gotta knock that ball of light back and forth against Phantom Ganon to beat him. It would have been cool if they did something like this more in the game. The next Jiggy is in Clanker's Cavern. It's the obstacle course timer Jiggy. Alright, controversial take. I think this is the best time-based puzzle Jiggy in all of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. The timer is the perfect length. If you know what you're doing, you can beat this first try, but if you mess up like once or twice, you're gonna have to do it again. The platforming is a good level of difficulty, and it's all contained in one room in a fairly small area, so it's not super frustrating if you have to repeat it. Thumbs up. And that's 10 Jiggies down. Oh, I wonder what the next 10 will be. Could it be this one, or what about this one? If you liked this video, please consider dropping in a like and hitting the subscribe button. It may seem like a small thing, but it really helps this channel out. Also, drop down to the comments and let me know what your favorite and least favorite Jiggies in Banjo-Kazooie are. If you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," I will personally reply to your message. Thanks for watching. Until next time. I'm still down here. Is anyone gonna help me? Did you get that I spelled out hostage in the last video and then I did the Ovaltine meme from Christmas Story? Was it obvious enough? Hello? William?